Yo, still, man, what's the deal, man? Yo, it's pouring out here, man. Oh my goodness, I gotta get home and get to my babies. Man, we done been getting hit. We done been getting whacked with some wild weather up here in Omaha, man. Like wow, dude, just shit, big consistently, man. But peak game, man. We gotta get into some shit, man. And that's man, I want to get into this Floyd Mayweather situation, man, as it pertains to Devin Haney and shit. Man, listen, and even just not just with Floyd Mayweather, just with Ryan Garcia as well, man. I haven't really been. Devin Haney, I'm not even gonna cap, man. I kind of got a little irritated with Devin Haney. I kind of got a little irritated with him. He didn't rematch Lomachenko. I think that was a damn good fight that could have been potentially brewed into a rivalry. And given the fact that most people feel that you lost that fight, I felt like that was you should have wanted to go get back to let it motherfucker be known, yo man, I won this fight legitimately. Fuck that shit that y'all niggas just talking about. I won that fight. I thought he should have did that. But whatever the fuck ever with that, man. But you putting yourself on pay-per-view is just blowing me. You dig? That's just something that I just can't. I can't really understand why you would think that you was a nigga who needed to be put behind a paywall for a motherfucker to watch your fight when you was never that guy. You know what I'm saying? You was never him, ever, like ever. And there's nothing wrong with that because most fighters are not the niggas. You wasn't that nigga, but you thought you was that nigga because you beat Lomachenko. And you thought your fight niggas needed to pay to see you fight. And I just thought that shit was just ludicrous. So I've been a little irritated with Devin Haney, man. I honestly have. I honestly have. But not to the point where I thought that not to the point where I would justify the bullshit that Ryan did to him, man. That was real egregious for that nigga to sit there and pop dirty for all them peds or whatever the case may be. And instead of people I'm literally arguing with people lambasting Haney, like Haney's defensive flaws they're speaking more on Devin Haney's defensive flaws as opposed to Ryan popping dirty for two different performance enhancement drugs, bro. I'm literally arguing with people about this shit. It's baffling to me. It's the same motherfuckers with the Clinello shit and all that shit that had the most to say about Oscar Valdez. The fact y'all don't like Devin Haney and y'all hate him so much because of how boisterous him and his dad, mainly his pops, but y'all just don't think highly enough of him, maybe because he lost to Lomachenko or whatever the case may be, that y'all was just happy to see him lose despite the circumstances that he lost under. That shit is whack to me, my dude. Boxing is the most brutal sport on the planet. Why? Because there's only the head and the body that the punishment is distributed to. There's no other scoring area in the sport of boxing, and it has to be in the face area, the temple, nothing behind the ear. You dig what I'm saying? Those are the only, and when you do this shit for 20 years, 15 years, even 10 years, you heighten the chance of you getting suffering some sort of long-term injuries that you will never be able to shake. And this is just as a trained pugilist. Now you amplify that when you start taking PEDs. Ryan naturally without them PEDs is a big puncher. So the fact that you would go and get popped with all these PEDs and not just fess up to it, but like troll them and drag it out. Like usually people are trying to get up under these PED allegations. You're kind of inviting the bullshit, and you're dragging it, and it's rubbing people the wrong way. And you're acceptable of that. You dig? I mean, I don't expect Ryan to stand on any sort of principle or nothing like that. This is the same dude who took an issue as serious as mental health and is using that to stand on. You dig? Like as to why he does the dumb shit that he does or say the dumb shit that he says. So I don't expect any sort of integrity from Ryan Garcia, Brody. I honestly don't. It's corny, but that's just the type of individual that he is, man. And it's a lot. And the fact that he has all these cronies that's out here beating the drum on behalf of him, I'm like, y'all, man, y'all really some corny ass dudes. Y'all really are some corny ass dudes. And what bothers me the most is the fact that Floyd Mayweather is at the helm of all this shit. He's at the helm of all this shit, man. Like, Boxing needs a complete detox of Floyd Mayweather Jr. for at least 5 years, bro. We need his scent completely removed away from the sport of boxing, bro. Because it's just getting past ridiculous when it comes to this nigga, bro. You encourage this man to come in 3 pounds heavier, and now all of a sudden he's popped for PEDs and all that shit. Niggas, you look real funny under the light. He's not gonna see. He don't see it like that. But you look funny under the light. You released that Gervonta Davis footage between him and Devin Haney, and it's like, bro, you why are you doing that when you're supposed to be an individual who said out your own fucking mouth, I'm here for the black fighters, the black fighters, the black fighters, the black fighters. What black fighter have you even looked out for besides Tank? You done had 2 or 3 fighters leave TMT and went and signed with the white man. You look real funny and shaky up under the light, man. This is why I mean when niggas allow social issues to completely usurp their greater judgment when it comes to the sport of boxing, man. You can be supportive of your own, but you also have a right and a duty to let it be known when your own is on bullshit. I'm not favorable of a lot of the black American fighters, man, because I feel like a lot of them feel like they deserve more than what it is that they put out. A lot of them feel like they are entitled to big purses. They are entitled to, if they want to fight a fighter, that fighter has to come over here and they don't got to go over there and holler at them. A lot of American fighters are like that, man. They look down on the rest of the world competition. Because it's just America. They don't need to do. They don't need to go to infinity and beyond to amass the accolades that one would look to amass as a professional fighter. Charlo and Andre, more so Andre than Charlo, but they made their entire career about chasing Canelo Alvarez. And look at where that got them. And people are so enamored with this, with this social movement of black solidarity that they jumped on the bandwagon and said, oh, yeah, beat the war cry for him. He ain't fought no black American, he ain't fought no slick black American fighters, and we completely ignored Danny Jacobs. You dig what I'm saying? That's the mindset and the mentality of the average black American boxing fan or fighter. It's ridiculous. They won't call their own out on the bullshit that they're doing when you calling them out and holding their feet to the fire could possibly completely elevate their ass. And y'all niggas won't do that shit because to y'all, for you to call out your own is a sign of cooning. That is ridiculous. That is a level of ridiculousness right there, man. So when you got a nigga like Floyd who can get away with just doing all the wild shit that he's doing, man, as much shit as niggas talk about Canelo Alvarez never fighting a black fighter, you have a black fighter who only fought 3 black fighters in what? Between Zab Judah and Andre Berto? That's what? 2007 he fought Zab. Or what? No, that may have been 06. So in a full fucking decade, you've managed to fight 3 black fighters. The rest of your fighters being of the mestizo demographic, bro. And you are a nigga who's talking just as a promoter, talking about you want to help black fight. I'm here for the black fighters. I'm here for the black fighters. Why didn't you do that shit when them niggas when it was Thurman out there? Why wouldn't you do that then? When you were in a position to do so, y'all were on the same side of the street. Why wouldn't you give Thurman his shot? Why wouldn't you look to fight Sean Porter? You dig? If we go, and I'm not even mad that he's fighting the Hispanic fighters. If those are some of the best fighters on the planet, all right, then so be it. Go, sky's the limit. Live life. Tim Bradley was more than deserving of a Floyd Mayweather fight. You never looked in that man's direction. Never. I'm not mad I'm not mad that he didn't look. He didn't fight black fighters. I'm not mad at that. I'm honestly not mad at that. But keep the same fucking energy. You know what I'm saying? If it's black fighters that you want to help out, that goes across the board, my guy. From being a promoter to actually being a fighter. Motherfuckers could have really learned something and stepped their game up, evolved and elevated their game had they got in the ring with you. Their deficiencies would have really got brought to the light, but you didn't look to fight them dudes because you wanted the biggest bag you could possibly get, which is with the Latino fan base. And it baffles me that nobody brings that up. Nobody brings that up with Floyd. You dig? Every time you get in front of a camera, you promoting your fighters. It's all about you. You seem to take over the discussion or whatever the case may be, praising yourself. I got, you know, 100 cars, businesses, 30 homes, bro. You can have all the wealth in the world and still be deemed a hater. You can. You definitely can. You definitely can. Or sometimes it ain't just being a hater per se. Just sometimes you just be like, man, I just don't dig this nigga. I don't dig this nigga. And if there's any clarity to what Bill was saying, that Haney was touching you up in sparring, maybe that is the reason why you would do that shit. Maybe that is the reason. I don't know. Maybe it was, you know, you felt some type of way about Floyd Sr. taking him on the mitts. I don't know. Sometimes you just don't like a nigga. That doesn't inadvertently make you a hater. But doing the shit that you've been doing is real hater-ish, bro. Why the fuck would you release footage to a dude that, you know, that, like, why would you do that? What was the reason in you doing that? What was the reason in you telling that man to come in 3 pounds overweight while you're sitting here talking about how you want to help black fighters? Where's the logic in that? Like I said before, you the same nigga who went into a Gucci store when black people abroad was boycotting Gucci. You went into the store. You made sure someone grabbed and held your phone and recorded you walking into the Gucci store. Ain't you the same nigga that said all lives matter? You are a nigga who goes against the grain, Brody. You are a nigga who goes against the grain, and that's wild considering about the amount of black fighters that look up and aspire to be like you, fight like you, amass wealth like you. I think this shit is ridiculous. I think it's deplorable that you would do, you know, you do a lot of the shit that you do. And then when a nigga like Bill call you out and get on your ass, you want to, man, yo, we ain't in the streets. Hey, yo, man, like, listen, your name, you always want your name to be relevant in the streets. Not necessarily for the illegal activity that you're doing, but everything that's dope starts in the streets. Hip hop started in the streets. You want your name to be relevant in the streets. And being relevant in the streets ain't necessarily being on some wild shit, doing shit on the opposite end of the law. I got loved ones up here who do real dope communal work. And their name is buzzing in the street because of the work that they put in that is going to progress North Omaha, Black Omaha. Ain't nothing wrong with your name being in the streets if you're doing good, if you're doing productive shit with it. You dig? Bill Haney, if what he said was true about him snatching your child, getting your child out of some bullshit, that's a Mayweather child right there. His merit put him in a position to do that shit. Nah, man, don't do that. Don't do that. Niggas got respect for you. You always want respect for the scourges of society. You want their respect. Because push come to shove, you could turn that individual into a really good, loyal soldier on behalf of the progression of the brethren. But you don't see it like that. I don't know, man. For the amount of praise you get, all the bullshit that you did goes to the wayside, and that shit is exhausting. Don't talk about how you want to help black fighters, and all of your fighters are leaving TMT, and you having public beefs with Tank and all that shit. And then when Ryan get involved with Devin Haney, you releasing fucking sparring footage of Devin Haney and Tank to him and all that shit, and you encouraging this dude to come out with a straight up and down physical advantage. He already has a physical advantage over Devin Haney, being he's a much bigger puncher than Devin Haney. So we're supposed to believe that you just did all of that shit. You guided him. You gave him guidance. You gave him advice and all that shit, and you didn't do it. You had nothing to say about, hey, yo, man, take these IVs or whatever, man. Because there is footage of him with an IV in his arm before, man. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Boxing abroad needs a detox from you, man. You did great things for the sport while you were active in it, man. But you've been a terrorist to it ever since you retired. It ain't about you no more, Floyd. Don't nobody give a fuck about you like that. Except the niggas who look to clap at Canelo via your fight with him. My nigga, just go enjoy your money. Go enjoy your money, man. TMT, that shit ain't going nowhere, man. That shit was a wrap when you lost Tank. You had 2 or 3 other fighters leave you. Black fighters, they're leaving you for a reason, bro. You're not capable of promoting them. It's all type of wild shit coming out about you, man. Like, just these fighters are saying about you, bro. Like, no, man. Just go and enjoy your money. Just go on and enjoy your money. Or at least stand on stand on the actions that you're doing, man. How dare you sit up here and talk about all this? You want to help black fighters out, and then go to a fucking Chicano fighter and give him all the tools necessary for him to have an advantage in the fight, more so than the advantages that he already had, which is just simply height and punching power. That was the only advantages that he had. But because he has real good timing with that left hook, and he was a high level amateur, and he was one of the better fighters in the division. Yeah, he was gonna find that. He found that shit clearly. God damn. This is why I laugh at a lot of you niggas who push this nationalist shit on these forums. You are not conscious because you support a black fighter. You're not. It's far more nuanced than that. It's far more nuanced than that, man. Floyd has been a thorn in the side of fighters, of black fighters in particular, for some time now, man. And if this Devin Haney situation ain't the proof and the pudding that you need, then I just don't know what else to tell you, my nigga. I just don't know what else to tell you. Because I don't see how the writing is on the wall when it comes to this dude. Y'all niggas is pro Floyd Mayweather while this dude is walking into a Gucci store while we're all in unison on one unified front talking about we boycotting Gucci. The Black Lives Matter war cry before we found out what it is that they was really about. We beating the drum on behalf of that. Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. And this is who it is that this is who it is that we hold in national, in national as a national treasure, bro. Like, no. This is why it pays to be a man of the people, man. You do not want to get so far out of away from the people that they can no longer identify with you. I can't identify with a nigga with 50 rolls of $100 stacked $100 bills and rubber bands. I can't identify with that because some of that is my money. Don't throw the money back up in my face that I put up, that I put up to get, to order your pay-per-view. Don't do that. That shit is insulting. That shit is insulting. Everything is about money. Money. Like, man, come on, man. When does it become about humility? Or where is that money going into? Nah, I ain't even gonna take it there. Nah, I am gonna take it there, man. Where's that money going into your fighters, man? How, like, what niggas is going to drag out inactive dealing with you. And they're getting more and more boisterous. And I'm happy that they're doing that. You look funny under the light, champ. You do. You do. This Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney situation is a doozy. How you can sit there and aid this dude in bullshit. They gonna aid this dude in the bullshit that he's doing, but you still want to help black fighters. And niggas will eat that shit up because they're hungry to see black people in unison. They just don't know where to go get it at. They don't know where to get that sort of mental nourishment at. So they cling to whatever sport it is that they watch. All right, yeah, man, I can get it here. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, the black man. I ain't never seen the term FBA get thrown around so much in these sports. And I dig that shit. If you know what an FBA means, if you know what FBA means, then that's telling me you're getting some sort of mental nourishment somewhere. You're getting somebody to speak on nationalism. Your ears are open to nationalism. Your ears are open to our plight. Your ears are open. You're receptive to it. You're yearning for knowledge of self. I respect that. But there's other spaces where that shit is a lot more, needed in. Boxing ain't one of them, even though it is one that we need unison in. anywhere where there's a sector of black people, definitely you have to be on. You have to be codified to a certain degree. Definitely, not even to a certain degree. You do have to be codified. You do, but you also got to know when to hold other brothers' feet to the fire. The same way we held Obama's feet to the fire when he ain't do shit for us, and we got slaughtered in the capacity we got slaughtered under his rule. Floyd ain't no different. These black American fighters ain't no different. All of these niggas are replicas of Floyd. All of these niggas, just move a little bit strategically in their matchmaking. They do a lot of wild shit. And it all gets ignored because it's Floyd Mayweather. Oh, he the great, he's 50-0. He made the most money in that. Who cares, bro? You ain't about to touch none of that, man. Walk up to Floyd and ask him for $20. Walk up to Floyd and ask him to pay your light bill. Walk up to Floyd and ask him to put gas in your car. You think that nigga finna do that? I bought your fight. I bought Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. You can't fill my tank up? Who the fuck cares how much money he got? I don't. I'm not seeing none of it. Salute to you for making it. But that is not about to make me be a super fan of you. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't even like working overtime like that because I just don't allow myself to fall in love with wealth. You gotta stand on principle and morale and integrity, my nigga. And he don't do that. He don't do that, and y'all don't force him to do that neither. You sit here and allow this man to do that bullshit to Devin Haney, and we're blaming Devin Haney for eating multiple left hooks. We're talking more about his defensive lapses, his defensive lapses than we are Ryan cheating. We're justifying Ryan cheating, and we ain't saying shit about Floyd Mayweather aiding this man in the bullshit. We just allow it. We tolerate it. I'm just that shit, man. Listen, boxing needs a complete detox of Floyd Mayweather, man. We need a complete detox of Floyd Mayweather. I'm talking exhibitions. I'm talking anything that has to do anything with niggas lacing up and getting there and rumbling. That's what I mean. Because some shit, this is past the level of ridiculousness that people, god damn. Niggas is not saying, niggas just, oh my god, man. Floyd can do no wrong in the eyes of the people because he's 50-0 and he's $500 million. He amassed over $1 billion in boxing. He did this, he did that, so he's absolved for any wrongdoing or any busted shit that he done did over this past decade, bro. Come on, man. Y'all should have been stopped supporting this nigga, man. Y'all should have been stopped supporting him. He's not a man of the people, and that's just the God honest truth. He's not a man of the people. He's not a man of the people, and he's using y'all vulnerability for black nationalism and black solidarity, to his advantage against y'all. I'm helping out supporting black fighters. All while doing this shit with Devin Haney, bro. I would not, bro. Niggas look at black nationalism. Niggas look at black, modern black movements of social, on social issues and all that shit, and they laugh at it because niggas is shit like this. It's laughable. A nigga say anything about some black shit, niggas is gonna eat it up despite his deeds. Dude been doing sucker shit for years. And it gets ignored because he's a black man who went 50-0 and has the biggest bank account of any boxer in history of the sport. All his deeds go unnoticed. No harm, no foul. Devin Haney. Boy. Some niggas deserve to be called out, man. I was entertained by what Bill Haney did with Floyd. I'm not even gonna cap. I was definitely entertained by it, and I thought it was necessary. I thought it was necessary because the enchantment over this dude, that spell needs to be broken. Y'all need to start looking at this nigga through a different lens, man. Y'all honestly do. And y'all need to start looking at niggas who use the vulnerability of people to galvanize themselves nationally. Y'all need to start looking at them through a different lens as well. and holding their feet to the fire. Fuck the shit that you talking about. Let me see the deeds. Study the man's deeds. Study the woman's deeds. Niggas is not in your favor because they say, because they say FBA. And I'm not talking about nobody in general. You dig? I'm not talking about Tariq or nothing like that. I think Tariq is good for the game. So that wasn't a shot at him. That was just in general. But man, just the point is, man, just stop allowing yourself to be used by these niggas who's using your vulnerabilities against you, man. Al Heyman is a prime example of that. He ain't doing right by none of them fighters in the now. And he hasn't been for years. He has not been doing right by them fighters for years. And Floyd at the moment he's not a byproduct of Al Heyman, but he's attached to that brand. And all the game that they've been running over the past, I don't know how many years. Y'all ate that shit up because y'all was just so enamored with the fact that it was a black face running shit. Y'all get used and y'all get played. And then when I'm the nigga who's strong-minded enough to say, nah, bro, this is bullshit, and sift through all that shit and see, y'all, this is game right here. I'm the coon. I'm the Sambo. I'm this. I'm the, oh, god damn. I'm this and that and the third. You niggas is gullible, bro. You niggas is gullible. You want black nationalism so bad, pick up a book. Go pick up a book by Kwame Ture, Black Power Politics. Stokely Carmichael, formerly known as Stokely Carmichael. Go read the autobiography of Malcolm X. You dig? Philosophies and Opinions of Marcus Garvey. Those are, if you want nationalism, those are the type of books. That's the direction that you need to be headed in. Just hearing somebody say that shit online, talk this black solidarity shit online, that's not, nah, bro. That ain't it. That ain't it. Floyd Mayweather, and Al Heyman. Shout out to Bill Haney for getting on that nigga ass. Shout out to Bill Haney for getting on that nigga ass. And shout out to the LDBC as well, because as pro-Floyd as they've been calling him out for some years. They've been on his ass for some years. Like, nah, I see you, bro. You ain't, all skin folk ain't kin folk. You are a prime example of that. As many supporters as they got, I'm surprised y'all niggas ain't on that. Yeah, so, but, whatever the fuck ever. I'm going in the crib and find me something to eat because I'm starving, man. I will get with y'all tomorrow, yo. Y'all stay righteous. Be easy. If you're in Omaha, stay warm. Deuces.